Am I the asshole? For telling my family how much my fiancé earns after years of them making fun of his job. My family is very well educated and full of professionals, including several doctors, surgeons, dentists, etc. I have a good career and make a good living. When I met my fiancé, he was at my house to supervise a roofing crew the insurance company hired to replace my damaged roof. I instantly fell for him when he pulled up in his truck and couldn't keep my eyes off of him for the rest of the day as he gave orders to his men. When we started dating, he was vague about his job and I just chalked it up to him being insecure about me having a better career. I didn't care about our income imbalance. When we got serious, we talked about our future plans, and that was when he told me the full extent of his little construction company. I was shocked that his construction earnings is as much as my dad's surgeon salary. Gradually he took me around to the handful of construction lots and shopping centers he owns. His rental income combined with his construction earnings is double that of my dad's. He said that few people know about his finances and he expects me to keep what I know to myself. My parents disapproved of him since the first time I brought him home. My dad coined the term tall boy and the rest of my family joined in whenever they talk behind my fiancé's back. They don't call him that to his face but instead make snide remarks. Once my mom said during dinner that they're thinking about hiring someone to mow their lawn, then turned to my fiancé and asked him what he charges. I always try to defend him and it's a constant battle. It's gotten worse since we're planning our wedding, and the other day my nerves just broke. Yesterday parents were trying to get me into getting a prenuptial, then my dad said, "You have to protect your assets just in case Tallboy decides to go slumming." I lost it and yelled at my parents. During our shouting, I blurted out his earnings and that he makes more than both of them combined, then I stormed out. I told my fiancé what happened, but instead of supporting me, he got mad that I told his parents that. I argued that I was defending him, then we got into an argument. My parents and family are mad at me for keeping secrets. My fiancé is mad at me for not keeping secrets. I'm stuck in the middle and don't know what to do. You're the asshole. Your fiancé told you how much he makes in confidence. You broke his trust because you were angry with your relatives. That makes you the clear asshole. And then you doubled down and tried to claim that breaking his trust was okay because you were defending him. Here's the thing. Your family are snobbish assholes, and will likely always be snobbish assholes. Their opinion doesn't matter. You are marrying your fiancé. There is no middle, you're an adult and aren't obligated to make mommy and daddy happy, or to pay any attention to their nonsense. Soft, you're the asshole. It's a constant frustration with your parents. You could have been vague and said something like a prenup would protect him more than you. But in the end, you should have made your family stop acting like bullying snobs. Your fiancé specifically told you not to tell anyone his income. He was probably secretly enjoying your parents being snobs, not knowing the truth. Info: does your fiancé care that your family thinks so low of him solely based off the assumption he doesn't do well financially? Or does he not care because he knows they're wrong? You're the asshole. He's a grown man who can defend himself. If he wanted to defend himself to your family, he would have done so already, or made it well known how much he makes when he met your family. He did not. He told you to keep what he owns and makes to himself, and you didn't. He has every right to be upset about that. You weren't defending him to your parents, you were defending yourself to your parents. If your parents act like this often, why do you see them? You're the asshole for disclosing private info without his approval. That said, your parents are the worst. If he has done nothing wrong to them, then your parents just suck and are uppity, judgmental turds. I would not invite them to the wedding. You should tell them that the disrespect is unacceptable. However, even if they change with him, people that act like that are usually that way all the way to their core. Yeah, you're the asshole for breaking your fiancé's trust. He asked you not to reveal that, and you still did. Defending him from your snob family is well and good, but you could have done that without giving away his secret. Your whole family is full of you're the asshole. Elitist and vile. You're the asshole, although I understand why. Your family, however, is awful. Esh. Your parents are big snobs, and I can understand the frustration you felt because of how they spoke about your fiancé. That must have rankled a lot. However, you still should have respected your finances' wishes about not divulging how much he earns. On the other hand, the two of you should have discussed how the two of you are gonna handle how your parents speak about him long before you plan to get married. As you said, you were put in the middle. AITA overall, sorry. You should have shut that shit down the first time it happened. Or second, if you were to shock the first time. Mom, Dad, our finances are none of your concern, and if you continue to mention if or put down fiancé, I will leave. Then if they mention it, literally walk out the door or hang up on them. They've already shown their hand. They can be sweet as sugar, and he's gonna know it's fake. ESH, well, everyone but your fiancé. You shouldn't have betrayed his trust and told his secret. Fuck whatever your family says, they're not entitled to anything, especially after they've been so blatantly disrespectful. ESH, accept your fiancé. Don't stoop to your family's level. What you did was try to justify your fiancé's worth by using the same metric your self-entitled family does, which makes you just as bad. And, you betrayed his trust. He's obviously a humble man, so he's not impressed that you have betrayed his confidence and used money to justify his worth. From my point of view, you're the asshole. You should have put a stop to your awful family a long time ago. You know that they call your SO tall boy and you haven't told them to shut that. And then, when you defend him, you do so by saying he makes lots of money. That's sad, really. You should have made your parents see that you are happy together, that money not always buys happiness, and you two make the relationship work, which is what matters here. Poor future husband to be tied to such stuck-up people. You're the asshole, and sadly you can't put this toothpaste back in the tube. I don't think you should be feeling caught in the middle. You don't owe this type of information to your parents. The person you should concentrate on making amends to is your fiancé. You're the asshole, it's none of their business. They should accept him regardless of his salary. If they change just because of his salary, it still makes them ours. You're the asshole. He specifically asked you to keep it to yourself. You didn't. The reason why is irrelevant. You're the asshole. If you are planning a life with your fiancé, you should approach these things in a united way. I would apologize to your fiancé and ask how he wants you to handle your family from here. Well, your family sure sucks. I'm sorry. He's keeping it a secret because he don't want people to treat him better just because he makes a lot of money. I'm surprised you haven't figured that out. Your parents looking down on his job made it even more reasonable decision to not to tell them. Telling them solved nothing. They are still gonna judge others over how much they make. Gentle, you're the asshole, but your family are much bigger ones. What your family does is low-key bullying, and that frustration mounts up, so I'm not surprised you wanted to pull out the trump card to shut them up. But if they're old money snobs, their attitude won't change. If it does change, then that's worse in a way, because they only care about what he earns and not if he's a decent person and partner. Apologize to your partner, focus on your partnership, go low comms with your family unless they can give him the respect he deserves as a good human, not a rich human. You're the asshole. But a soft one. You should apologize for telling your family and going against his wishes. But also tell him why it was in the heat of the moment and you said something stupid, but it was because you wanted to make a hard boundary to your snobbish parents. Normally, when in-laws are having issues with the partner of their child, it is the duty of the child to call them off. So that is something you did good. But you should not have gone against his wish and disclose his earnings, even if it was in the spur of the